Hi YouTube, welcome to Butterfly Alchemist. Today I'm going to be doing my first slightly longer form video, and this will be under a playlist I'm creating called Butterfly Warriors Chat Over Coffee. So the reason I'm calling it that is I want to emphasize the point that we can be gentle and powerful. In fact, that's one of my main messages of my channel. Today I want to talk about a few things. I want to talk about who I am and why I made this channel. I feel like I haven't really addressed that properly, and I also want to ask some questions of the community too. So, who am I? That's a really interesting question. Isn't that for us all? I would say I'm someone shy in person. I'm someone with some things that come easy to me, like being creative. Some things I find challenging, like games, certain video games I find difficult, especially given my brain issues. So I do have an excuse for that. I'm terrible at driving. I never learned to drive, and kind of similarly to other eye-hand coordination things, that's just not my jam. I also am someone who trips a lot due to that. And I'm someone very driven and very analytical in my own way. I'm more of an observer, or I seem kind of passive in real life sometimes because I tend to be someone who really likes taking a long time to form an understanding of things. I've always been that way, so I tend to take time to process things, but it's only because I really want an in-depth understanding of what I'm doing, or what I think of something, or anything like that. I'm someone that's been looking for a community that feels positive, a community I could be myself in. And I've had a lot of trouble socializing in person over the years, partially because I'm autistic and late diagnosed, and I realized I wasn't going to easily find that community, so I realized I had to create one, to be honest, to have a social life. So that's part of why I did this, but there are deeper reasons too, and I'll get into that now also. I created this channel to honor people who have passed on that are very precious to me. In particular, one died young and made a lifelong impact on me, and I want to continue the values that this person instilled in me. And I came up with the phrase Butterfly Alchemist originally to commemorate this person. And I also feel that I made this channel to help all of you feel like you can be butterflies. You land on this channel, you take the truths you need, and you propel yourself forward, knowing that anybody can make their dream happen. Doesn't matter your background, doesn't matter what stakes are against you, doesn't matter any of those things. It's a feeling of the heart and willpower from within. And let's see. I want to know some things about the community too, and I hope in time I learn those things. I wonder about your stories and who you are. I feel extremely humbled to be part of something much bigger than me, and I openly acknowledge that this has become a small universe of its own, and I cherish that, I value that, I hold a space for it, but I don't pretend I can fathom it, because I can't. But I'm honored and humbled, and I feel responsible now about forming values in my life that reflect that back to all of you. Reflect the growth that you've given me and the evolution of my heart you've all given me. You all are really a major part of my butterfly alchemy journey. And I have something that I keep as an inspiration now for me. I have this in my room to remind me of all of you are, in terms of taking it seriously, this responsibility, and doing right by all of you the best I can. And I'm not perfect at that. I'm just human, but I still need to hold myself accountable and be the best person I can be with all those things. And another thing I want to bring up today is kind of something random, but I think it's something important if one is asking who I am. I'm the teachings my father, and grandmother instilled in me from very young. My grandfather would always look at me and say, "You're no better than anybody, and nobody's better than you." And he would always tell me that. And it's true. I'm not better than anyone, but you're not better than me. And that's amazing. Because when we think like that, we truly see others clearly, and we see ourselves clearly, and we avoid the distortions that happen when either of those things are off balance. When we get conceited or self-deprecating to the point we don't value our dreams, that's where the problems happen. But knowing you're a person and you're learning and growing those things and believing in that evolution is amazing. So remember, I'm not better than you. You're not better than me. This is a place of equals. I feel as times change and social media changes, I think that truth is all the more relevant today. We're constantly seeing messages that say we are not as good, and we are not good enough. Conversely, we see messages that try to over-elevate us beyond what we should be esteeming ourselves to be. We want to be the kinds of people that no matter what our station in life, we know nobility comes from the heart and not a status. And we want to recognize that whether you have one person, 10 people, 100 people asking you something, your answer remains the same. And we want to be around others that connect us to those truths. Also, acknowledging your weaknesses elevates you. It's okay to be imperfect and to use your strengths and weaknesses to assess what makes a proper environment for you. I am not socially savvy in person. I'm diagnosed autistic. I have a late diagnosis, and I promise in real life you can really tell. I can count a handful of times in my 20s I've really gone to meetups or things like that. I don't even know how to drive or see people. And when I do happen to, I don't even know what to say. I feel like my mind stops working. And that's part of why I built my channel too. I needed a place to feel my full self in a way that didn't scare me. And I found that talking to one camera, instead of performing my singing live in front of so many people and feeling so nervous, was my avenue to opening my world up. And you have all opened my world up in a way that I feel comfortable with. And I feel heard and seen and valued. So don't be afraid of your weaknesses. Accept them. And live your life true to a message. Figure out what that message is to you. Figure out a message you would dedicate all your time to, and then share that message. And make it a message you can be proud of. Make it a message that you know betters the lives of others and yourself. Maybe there's something over a course of your lifetime you've been confronting, and you're starting to understand that's your particular message. Whatever it is, hold fast to that. Hold true to that and share it, because others need to hear it too. And we all have messages that matter, messages that grow and change and elevate us. And elevation is not about an external attribute, it's about elevating our character, the things we stand for, what we believe in. That's elevation. Thanks.